There's this sort of spirit of Milbank that cuts across the groups.
This was my last interview, and it was the first firm I went to where I liked every single person I interviewed with.
I know that the people I'm working with are excellent and they're at the top of their field.
We're a small, big firm. We're definitely a big firm with all the advantages that come with that in terms of quality of clients and coverage of many different practice areas. But on the other hand, we're not so big so that most people around here don't know a very large percentage of the firm. It's a culture that hangs together and is close-knit.
Well, the good thing about Milbank is that there isn't a typical day.
Big firms have a certain reputation that you're going to be changing your desk doing doc review. That certainly wasn't the case for me.
My first day, they threw me right into the ocean and said, "You're working on Lehman Brothers." It was unlike any other experience any one of my friends was having, lawyers or otherwise.
On day 2, I had very senior people asking me questions about documents that I had never been exposed to. Certainly not in law school and certainly not in the previous day that I was a lawyer here.
That's the kind of experience that really pushes you beyond your comfort zone, which at the time can be stressful, but ultimately you look back and realize that that's the time that you learned more than any other time in your career.
Law school trained you to think like a lawyer. Milbank will train you how to actually be a lawyer.
I know that LA sent us that email. The 2 deals that I'm involved in now, it's just me and the partner. There's a lot of great learning that happens in that process.
Milbank does an exceptional job at training. We start off our first year going away to Tarrytown, New York, to a kind of a retreat area. A bunch of partners come in and give legal education seminars, and we meet with them in the classroom and kind of doing practical exercises.
Milbank has actually moved forward to a totally brand new program called Milbank at Harvard.
We spend a week away at Harvard with intensive training.
We've formulated the Milbank at Harvard program much like an executive MBA program to train our lawyers not just as lawyers, but as business people.
They're very committed to it, and they make sure that every single attorney is constantly up to date.
It's exciting to work here because deals can be really fast-paced. You get exposure to such a variety of clients.
One of the deals that we're working on now is a wind farm.
Global infrastructure projects, aircraft, space and satellite.
Then I'm doing work for a company that does milk products, like ice cream and yogurt and things like that, which is a completely different industry. And he's also a stress ball.
These deals are super international. There's Japanese investors, Chilean sponsors, European banks, US banks.
And they're cutting edge. They're doing transactions on a global, worldwide level. I could be coordinating with our Tokyo office at the same time as I'm trying to coordinate with our Sao Paulo office.
A lot of people have real-world experiences. Not everyone has come straight from undergrad to law school, then to here. A lot of people have had other jobs and other careers. So they bring that perspective to the workplace.
Every associate who joins Milbank has the opportunity to spend 3 months at a pro bono organization of their choice.
I was so appreciative and so grateful to have that opportunity. I was exposed to a spectrum of legal and social issues that I otherwise may never have encountered.
I think I was initially a pretty tough sell in terms of pro bono from big firms, but Milbank has really put their money where their mouth is, and it just means everything to us and to the clients.
Because of her, like, I'm in this country, and it's a dream of everyone to live in this country because there's so many liberties. So yeah, it means a lot to me.
So much of what we do can be seen as global, and it's nice to be able to walk out into the community and do work for the people that, you know, help support this city.
You know, this firm has been around for over 150 years. It's a place that, you know, is steeped in tradition and steeped in history. It creates this sense that you're part of something bigger than yourself. You're fitting in as a unique individual, as part of this great endeavor. That's the greatest part about working here.
I think you'll find that all of the firms that you go to have nice offices, nice furniture, but at the end of the day, what's going to make your career most positive and make you have the best experience is the people and the training and the quality of work that you get.
I'm from a small town, and for me, sometimes I have look out my window, and it's crazy to me that I'm sitting here and that I'm working at a place like Milbank, and I feel really lucky that this has been my path.
Меня зовут Анна Брук.
Me chamo Maria Cecília Minghini.
Soy James Marshall.
I'm Jessica Joe.
Meu nome é Kevin McLeod.
Eu sou Fernando Capelão.
I am David Kirschman.
I'm Roxana Azizi, and I work at Milbank.